Listen, y'all know what it is. It's game night. A2D EAGLES. Let's go, baby. Run that shit.
Let's go. This ain't the box like or this game can he stink.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is game night, Thursday night football, Eagles versus Bucs, and we are here. It's Birds of a Feather on A2D Radio. We are brought to you by FanUp, the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, the NFL contests, and more. Make sure you sign up today and use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points, which is a $50 value. Win big this NFL season with FanUp. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. We are also coming at you on Apple Podcasts if you're listening to us the morning after, which, we're doing a live reaction show, so I'm not sure why you'd want to. But, hey, if you are, we appreciate the download and the support. It's your boy Chucks here. To my upper this way is Jeff. What's good, Jeff? And then the other side, you got your boy – Baki, but Pete Evans.
Hold on, time out. You never heard of Baki before?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
It's an anime. The dude lives to be the best martial artist in the world.
Oh, interesting.
He's trying to beat the most powerful dude in the world is his dad. So it's all up to fight. He's built up to beat his dad, and his dad knows it.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, if you're in an anime, guys, make sure you check that out. Per Pete Evans' recommendation. Well, we are here to give you live reaction to the game, but we are going to preview it before kickoff. And, with us back this week to give you a live reaction, let's talk about something that shouldn't be back, and that's a wild and hairy bush. Make sure you tame your pubes with the help from our friends at Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Their fourth-generation performance package includes a brand-new Lawnmower 4.0. Do right by your balls and join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to Manscaped.com with the promo code A2D for 20% off and free shipping. They are our sponsors for our poll question today, which is the Eagles versus Buccaneers game will be decided by one score. Do you think it's going to be close? Do you think it's going to be a blowout? Let us know. Do you agree or disagree to the poll? We will give our previews. We'll stop by and give you a little bit of thoughts about the Eagles win over the Panthers for a minute or two, and then we will give you our predictions for the game tonight. And as I'm speaking, my boy Brian Westbrook is on TV right now giving an introduction to Philly. He's talking about his horse farm. And I am missing it for you guys. That's how much I love you guys. Or else I wouldn't be on right now. I'd be listening to him. So, that being said, gentlemen, whoever wants to go first, do you think this game is going to be close? The Eagles-Buccaneers game will be decided by one score. Agree or disagree?
Before we get to that, I just want to commend Jeff for his commitment to be in line with Saquon. My man rolled his ankle this morning.
Yesterday and again today, so twice in the last 2 days.
Yeah, so he's definitely on his Saquon shit. I don't know what it is. He's trying to be like Saquon. So I just want to. He's a method actor. He's a method sports analyst. He's committed to his craft, and he wants to be inside and be one with those people. Hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
He's not mobile at all. He's not mobile at all. So hey, it is what it is. But I mean, could I see it being a one-score game? Yeah, but I mean, my bets have plus 10.5 on the Eagles, so I don't expect it's going to be a one-score game. But could it be? Yeah. I will say this. This game is giving me weird vibes to where I think it's going to be a lot closer and they're going to be more competitive than what we think tonight. I will say that. And their weakness, we always know how to get to Brady is up the middle. Doesn't make a difference. No, but at the same time, the reason why they got ran up on Miami on Sunday is because Miami, for some reason, when you have Xavier Howard, when you have Byron Jones, you have that type of secondary, you want to play man-to-man. It's hard for you to play man-to-man in this league for more than 5 or 10 seconds. I would say even more than 5 seconds, especially when you have a lot of bunches. And Tampa Bay runs a lot out of the bunch formation. So you have probably arguably the best wide receiver core in the league already as it is. I just don't see us playing a lot of man-to-man like Miami did. They're going to have to go down the field. So it's going to be a lot of zone. And I don't think that Tampa Bay has the defense in the secondary to stop us from putting up points consistently tonight. I think last week that defense that they faced to Carolina is a tougher test of what they're going to face tonight. But the offense is a lot. This marginally a little better. This marginally a little better than what that. I mean, Tom Brady's just a smidge better than Sam Darnold, right? Just a smidge.
That's smidge. That's just a little bit. Little bit. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be a high-scoring affair for both of these teams tonight. I don't see much defense, and I know the Eagles' defense played a little bit better last week, getting pressure on the quarterback, but it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady is one of the top greatest quarterbacks of all time. He knows how to get rid of the ball quickly. He knows he has the weapons at his disposal, and like Pete brought up, yeah, Darius Slay can cover Mike Evans. Steve Nelson might be able to do Godwin, but can Avonte Maddox cover Antonio Brown? I know Gronk's out, but Leonard Fournette, they might not even have to throw the ball. They can probably just run with Fournette for 200 yards again tonight. The fact that our rush defense allowed Chuba Hubbard last week over 100 yards. So I feel that Tampa Bay is more the complete team. I feel the Eagles are going to put up some points. I feel Jalen Hurts is not going to be the problem tonight, especially with the Levante David being out for the Buccaneers. They don't have a strong pass rush. So I do see the Eagles offense be able to move the football, but it's about limiting those mistakes once again. Last week they only had 6 penalties, but there were a couple crucial penalties last week. So we definitely have to limit the mistakes when it comes to the penalty side of things. We have to, once again, fix our red zone efficiency. Which wasn't that great last week. Once again, if it wasn't for our defense and a special teams block punt, we might not be talking about Eagles' victory from last week, and this game could possibly be meaningless. So I do disagree, though. I feel it's going to be a little bit more of a 2-possession game. I feel the Buccaneers score late, take the victory late.
I'm going to have to disagree to the poll. I think it'll be a tough game. I don't think it's going to be like I joke around. I've been joking around all week saying, "Oh, it's going to be a blowout, like 40-10." But in all seriousness, the Bucs do have injuries on defense, and I think Hurts will play well today. I think it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be a blowout, but at the end of the day, I do think that the Bucs do win by like they end up winning by like 10 of 14 points roughly. Whether it be like just a late touchdown, late score or whatnot. I think they're just too good. So who knows? But I disagree to the poll. There was one comment here by Ryan Shackelford says Miles should be getting 15 to 20 carries. We would love to have him in Atlanta. Yeah, especially after the performance he gave in Atlanta week 1. Absolutely. You kidding me? Plus him and Mike Davis would be a great 1-2 punch. But anyway, thank you for commenting, Ryan. Let's get into real quick because we only got like 10 minutes. Let's get into real quick our quick thoughts about the Eagles-Panthers game because we didn't get to touch on it yet. What did you take away? Like your biggest takeaway from that game? Jeff, we'll start with you.
Biggest takeaway is once again the game plan. the offense just they couldn't find ways to move the football, and in this league you have to score points even if you're in the red zone. You can't sell for field goals. And I know everyone wants to put Jalen Hurts under the microscope and try to analyze him on every single drive, every single play. That lack of efficiency, I understand he's the quarterback. That wasn't on him. A lot of that was on Sirianni. You need to realize that, I'm sorry, the bubble screens and the running back screens on the outside, you need to go vertical, horizontal. You need to realize that if that's all you're going to do, opposing defenses are going to sniff that out, and that's just as bad as being one-dimensional throwing the football. And then on the defense side of the football, our linebackers and our run defense, it doesn't matter who we go up against. They need to find some ways to shore that up, and that falls on Jonathan Gannon. So definitely a lot of holes, a lot of weaknesses that continue to be shown that aren't being addressed week in and week out. But it ultimately falls on Sirianni. If it wasn't for the defense and wasn't for special teams that bail the offense and bail Sirianni out, this, like I brought up before, this game's pretty much meaningless. We're talking about a 1-4 football team that's probably gonna be going 1-5 and not talking about the playoffs.
Pete.
So it was just an ugly win. It was an ugly win. They didn't deserve to win, but they won the game. I mean, there's been some games within the past couple of years that we didn't deserve to lose, yet we lost the game. I saw maturation. I saw more maturation from Jonathan Gannon in that game than I did from Nick Sirianni that game. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping to see something similar tonight. I don't think this is the night that you get 15 to 20 carries from Miles Sanders, because that's what this defense wants. They want you to do that. They have like the number one run defense in the league. So I need to see it. And once again, I think Sirianni has more to prove tonight than Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts, the one thing we said about, now we keep talking about his leadership. His mental toughness is ridiculous. And that's what he needed to have Sunday to play the Panthers, because he played 3 shitty quarters and it just wasn't hitting him. But he stayed. The defense kept him in the game. And when it was, I sent that out in a tweet. And I posted on Facebook, which I usually don't do in game. I said, this is money time, Hurts. Let's see what it is. And he came up big in money time. He got us a W. So it's a lot different feeling rolling in tonight's game 2-3. It's like, instead of being 1-4, like Jeff said. And I think tonight, man, that momentum, I think it may continue there. They played 2 games on the road, 3 games on the road, won 2 of them. They played 2 games at home and they lost them both. So you're catching Tampa Bay at the right time. The defense was already weak as it is. So we'll see. But I mean, my biggest thoughts from the game on Sunday was this: it was a team grind win. They didn't have their A game. They probably didn't have their B game. They kind of went with their C game. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest takeaway, other than the fact that he refused to run the ball again, which still makes me mad, I like what I see from the defense. And remember, I said last week that let's calm down with all the backlash on Jonathan Gannon. He deserves criticism, but people are already calling for Jim Schwartz. And I let's pump the brakes a lot, like really hard on that, please. Gannon has shown that he can make adjustments, because he did. He made adjustments to his game plan. He let Slay shadow DJ Moore a good amount, and he pretty much shut him down, which all the people hating on Darius Slay, 2 picks, shut DJ Moore down. Can't really say nothing about
that. First pick was crazy, Chuck. That first pick was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so good. Yeah. So I love what I saw from the defense, and I love that. Pete, remember before the season, I had said the defense is going to be a solid group. I think it's not. I don't see them as a top 10 unit or far from an elite unit, but because we've got solid players from top to bottom, and I believe in Jonathan Gannon, and I have more confidence in Gannon than I do any other coach outside of Jeff Stoutland. Mm-hmm. I always thought that this defense was going to be solid, not much of a high ceiling, but a high floor. And I think throughout the first 5 games, we're seeing that they have their flaws. They're not perfect.
Right.
But man, like, you can see flashes of, hey, I can see what they're trying to do. Cox and Hargrave are terror on the inside. Josh Sweat has been playing really great football. If only Ryan Kerrigan can freaking wake up. And on the back end, Slay and Nelson have been fine. The safeties and linebackers do worry me. But as I said to you, Pete, Davion Taylor did show out last week.
I literally just had that thought. He's starting to find himself. He's starting to put it together.
I really hope he's coming on, because that would be huge if we got something out of the guy, because he does have really great athletic skills. So his upside is high. He just got to learn the game. And so let's hope he's learning it. And he would be a really, really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Really good, a nice surprise in his second year. With
definitely a welcome addition in a group that's the weakest you feel on your defense.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We need him to start making plays. So that's what I got out of it. Predictions for today, outside of the score. I know the Bucs have a good run defense. Mm-hmm. But call me optimistic, but I do think and hope we see a little bit more consistency or commitment to the run. I'm not expecting 20, 25 carries from the running backs, but I think I'm expecting more traditional run calls throughout the game, just to keep things a little bit more consistent and balanced, to keep them modest. I'm really hoping we see some snaps from under center, because we lead the league in shotgun snaps. It would be nice to have a little bit of under center snaps, go play action bootleg and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping we see a little bit of that, just to get the Bucs defense, a little off guard. So I do think there's going to be a little bit more commitment from the run game, but I think that the big game is going to come obviously from the wide receivers. I with the corners out for Tampa, the wide receivers got to shine. They've got to come through. Hurts has obviously got to put the money, play well, throw good balls, obviously. But I think the wide receivers have to show out today in order for us to be in this game. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You hope that there's some type of balance, like you guys right before, keep the Buccaneers honest. But once again, they're the number one rush defense in the NFL, so it's going to be a tough task. But you still have to commit to the run. It opens things up for your quarterback. It opens things up for your passing game. I do see the Eagles being able to move the football pretty efficiently. It's just, once again, trying to find ways to punch in for touchdowns. And that's going to be the difference in today. Tampa Bay, they're an offense that knows how to get in the end zone with the amount of firepower that they have. And we saw in Dallas that this is a team that is not built to compete in shootouts. And who knows if Sirianni's the coach that can compete in shootouts. So this might be a tough task for Sirianni. And after this game, it's really going to, I think, tell what we have as our coach. And ultimately, I'm not saying he needs to be fired, but it might be time he might need to pass over the play calling duties to someone else. That way he can focus on more things as the head coach. He doesn't have too much on his plate being a rookie head coach. So I do have Tampa winning one, though, unfortunately, double digits. It's going to be competitive through 3 quarters, but there's going to be some type of mistake or some type of turnover that's going to cost us.
Pete, predictions before we get to go.
I think we see a good game out again. I think we see another decent game out of the defense based on what they have to go up against. And I think we see a more consistent game from the offense. Will it be enough? Not sure. Do I expect Devontae Smith to have a good day? I do. Watkins as well. Jakes has it right here. No Dallas Goedert tonight. Zach Ertz. Let me see 2017 Zach Ertz, because we can get maybe instead of a 4th round pick, a 3rd round pick tonight.
Trade.
You know what I mean? If he shows it. And then also the person who did bring up the 15 to 20 touches for Miles Sanders. Listen, and I know Chucks doesn't want to hear this tonight, and could we see Miles Sanders be on the block? Could it
Maybe.
be?
I'm not gonna rule it out. Hey,
I'm just saying because they're not using them here for whatever reason.
if they're not using them, and you can get a team really wants
Right.
them and sees the special talent is willing to give up a good amount in return.
Yeah.
I'm not married to Miles, like, to Miles staying here. Like, I'm not going to be heartbroken or anything. Like, he's my guy. I'm wearing his shirt right now. But, if this team really isn't going to run the ball, what's the point? If you're going to be a pass-heavy team and Gainwell is going to be the main guy, I'm whatever. Sure, fine. If that's the way you want to go, I love Gainwell. Like, get what you can from Miles if you're not going to use him, and have both teams be a win-win situation. Get Miles out of here so he can get touches elsewhere, opportunities elsewhere to show that he's a special talent, and roll with Gainwell, and then roll with, I guess, Gainwell Scott. Gainwell Scott will be your 1-2. So if that's what they want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to roll it out.
Now, Key says more Watkins, less Rager. If you want to expound on that, Watkins actually had more snaps on Sunday
He
than
did.
Rager.
He's
already that's already
and
started.
He's earned it because Quez is making big plays where Rager is not. That's just how it is. He's making the big plays. Rager isn't, and you got to give Quez the snaps. No, I'm not saying completely bench Rager because I'm not giving up on Rager, but between the two, Quez is earning more snaps than Rager is right now, and he should get more snaps. Brodo wants to know one more time before you go. Wants to know what Baki is.
He knows what the hell Baki is. Stop it.
Chad Corral says we are upsetting the Bucs. I hope so, man.
I hope so.
Keys says a lot of empty seats in the stadium.
It's early.
I don't think they're gonna win.
I'm not seeing that. That place is pretty full.
Will the Eagles dare open this offense up? I mean, the Eagles pass 70 to 80% of the time. I don't know how much open you want to get.
If the offensive line holds up, I can see them taking some shots. But
yeah,
we want to see Hurts under center. But do we want to see Hurts under center against Todd Bowles? What does Todd Bowles like to do? That bitch brings blitzes from everywhere.
He will blitz. He will blitz
everywhere.
Absolutely.
Povia says Hurts in the captain spots for the showdown slates. Lock it up. Pove, I have Brady and Hurts on my slate for my one game DFS lineups tonight.
So Jake says over here, Jake says to add to the Miles talk, could we get Marlon Mack? What I don't understand this. Like, why would we get Marlon Mack when we don't run the ball? Like, I don't understand. Like, why trade Miles away? Trade for another running back. We don't run the ball. If you're gonna have a running back, just keep Miles. You don't have to give up.
They're kind of the same dude.
They are kind of the same dude. I think Miles has a higher ceiling, but Mack has developed. When Miles was having his issues with in his rookie year with hitting the hole properly and not dancing and bouncing runs to the outside, I used Marlon Mack as the comparison because Marlon Mack in his rookie year had the same issues. He would bounce things to the outside. And I said, look at Marlon Mack now, and this was like years ago, but look at Marlon Mack run now. He is such a more disciplined runner, and that's what Miles has to learn. And Miles has learned that and developed. I think Miles is a better pass catcher, a better overall athlete, but they are the similar style of player.
I think what maybe get at is, look, Miles is going to be looking for a new contract in 2 years. If you can get Marlon Mack, a veteran, in here on the cheap with the complement Gainwell, that might be if that way you get compensation for Miles. You have a veteran in here. You can try to develop Gainwell to maybe be your featured back or a complement back to Marlon Mack. So maybe that's what you're trying to allude to.
Maybe I just don't see. It's like to me that's just you're doing too much. Like you're playing Madden. Like what are you? You know what I mean?
The zone coverage is already getting attacked.
Well, it is. It's going to. Remember, they're like a bend don't break kind of thing. Just they don't give up the big play.
And it's the surgeon on the field. I mean, like, and this is what I wanted to bring up earlier. Is this the first time since Super Bowl 51 or 52 that he's played us?
Yes.
No.
You sure?
The Patriots were here a year or two after because I saw him live. It was.
Oh wait, no, you're right. 2 years after 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
But you know how he is. People say like he's one of those rare athletes in football. He's just one of the rare athletes in anything, bro. Anything. It doesn't matter what sport it is. Anytime he gets the chance to play us, he's going to want to stick it to us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rager Ren says the average air yards per pass is 1.8. Needs to be close to 8 yards. That's what I meant. Oh, okay. So you mean just like stop with all the shallow passes, throw more intermediate and deep. I gotcha. My bad. I hear you. And I agree. Stop with like so many screens. It worked against the Chiefs, the screens, but then
it didn't work last week.
It did not work last week. You got to get out of that. There are way too many screens. I completely agree, Rager.
Now, a defense like this that's more power-based, yes. A speed-based defense, no. But they're probably going to get the ball with down points already. So, I mean.
Oh, yeah. The
Buccaneers
are 18
right now.
I'm probably so you're watching live, and I know me and Jeff, you're probably watching live too because you're not.
I'm watching live. I'm upstairs in my living room.
Oh, you're watching
I'm watching the stream, so I'm probably like 10 seconds behind.
Okay.
Like I'm still watching the replay of the Godwin catch.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can still spoil it. It doesn't matter to me. If you guys see something live and it's a big play, you guys want to react. And fan, we're on till halftime. Keep your comments coming as you're watching. Watching the game live with us. Let your feelings be heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Touchdown, maybe? No. That was a great catch by Brown. People who thought he couldn't get it back.
I did question if he
have greatness, people will come.
Big third down right here.
Yep.
So I'm a full play behind you guys.
Look at that. Look, 30th in rushing, but then third in passing. That
nice roll.
30th in rushing. 30th. But that's expected because you play cover two shells. You don't want to give up the big play. And
come on. They utilized that wide receiver bubble screen.
Yeah, they did. Passionate CJ says Eagles D is more of a run D. I don't know what you've been watching. Respectively,
they give it 4 yards rush like 3 out of 5.
We're 30th in the league in rush defense. It's more of a pass D. Yeah, our feed is delayed automatically, but we are watching live. Me and Jeff are. But the feed, whenever for our streaming feed, it is delayed by a few seconds. And then Pete, that's going to make Pete even more delayed to you guys because he's watching on streaming.
I'm trying to see if it's an obvious statement or something like that.
What's up?
Maybe it's a better time stream.
This is an obvious statement, but if they come up with the stop here, that'll be huge.
Play action. Back of the end zone, touchdown. Howard. Oh, fuck OJ Howard.
Somebody called it OJ Howard.
Called it too.
Somebody called it.
Where is it? I will look for that comment.
I got one on my fantasy team. If one player needs to go off tonight, it needs to be him.
There, Mike Parker. OJ Howard TD for the cheap. And then Ernst has a game. And he has 31-27 birds. So we'll see. But he was right on OJ Howard. Your call, Parker. Good call.
OJ Howard gets forgotten about too.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at on your stream right now?
He just kicked the extra point.
Or the extra point.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm watching on Amazon now. I think Amazon's a little
bit ahead.
Closer to you guys.
Amazon or the Fox Sports app is pretty decent. If you're watching
this is just Amazon Prime Video. As soon as I went to Amazon.com, it was a big ad for it.
So yeah, 10 plays, 75-yard drive, 5.5 3, 4 for that opening drive for the Buccaneers.
Thank God Sirianni doesn't have the pink highlighter. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing. Again, there's no official report. Don't please take this with a grain of salt. It's just what we've been hearing based on rumors. But with Lane Johnson, apparently it's rumored that he is having issues with addiction to painkillers. I hope that's not it. I hope that's just a bunch of baloney. Again, I'm not reporting anything official. This is not a report. This is just me saying what the rumors are. But if that does end up being the case, we can pretty much assume that his career is done. Like he's done.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the career is done, but I mean it definitely is. It's not. It's definitely on life support. Put it like that. Definitely on life support. We got a couple comments. Stephen White and Nerdy Sports Guy just 10 yards off the ball with the DBs playing very, very soft coverage. Listen.
You want to explain it, Pete? Because
you're dealing with Tom Brady, and you don't have the ammo to play him up, to play man to man. Like I get it, guys. It's frustrating, but the other thing you got to go into this game is we're not the better team. We're not the better team at all. So it's really one of those things to where you really just need to try to stave off and save as many bullets as you can. But more than that is the secondary, that one of the best secondaries in the league went against them on Sunday. And how did that happen? How did that work out for Miami when they played man to man? I don't know what was the score, 45-17.
Not good. So
damned if you do, damned if you don't. Right now, as players need to make plays. I get it. You're not going to stop this team. You're not going to stop the offense. It's the first drive of the game. They need to make adjustments. Now our offense needs to answer. That's the bigger part. Our offense needs to answer. Still early in the game. I think that drive only took what? 4 minutes, 6 minutes?
4 minutes, five and a half. And it is only the first drive. You've seen defenses settle down. I mean, it's not the first time. I can tell you the difference in scheme is that Jim Schwartz ran a cover 3 scheme and rarely ever changed out of it. He rarely did anything else to adjust. And with the cover 3 scheme, it's good based on numbers in the box. You're going to be better at stopping the run. But as we saw throughout his tenure year, the defense gave up a lot of big plays. Because your corners are out on an island on the boundaries and you're playing a single high safety. Gannon is running a cover 4 or cover 2 type of defense where it's going to put more emphasis on limiting those big plays. But because of the lesser numbers in the box, you're going to have trouble stopping the run. That's the difference. And, for teams, cover 2 or 2 shell coverages, 2 safety coverages where it's either quarters coverage or cover 2, the defenses that run those schemes, the ones that are good at stopping the run are the ones who have the linebackers, because the linebackers have to be really good in their gaps and making up for lesser numbers. They have to shed blocks. They have to pursue very well. We just don't have the linebackers to make up for that. That's the difference. So that's why you're seeing just out of his reach. But yeah, that's why you're seeing our run defense being next to last in the league, because we don't have the linebackers to make up for that. But what did you expect out of a transition year? This is not the finished product.
Exactly. That's my point.
This is the first year of them learning the new system. This isn't the end all be all. Like you're going to have to live with what we have, and then next year hopefully get more of the pieces that the defense needs.
Injury note for the Eagles on that opening series on the defense side of the ball. Anthony Harris did injure his hand. He is questionable to return. If he does not return, Marcus Epps will be his replacement.
Epps, so it's Epps and Wallace. Who's the other safety? Wallace?
Yeah, I think so. Or no, McLeod?
Oh, McLeod. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I want a nerdy sports guy brought up a good point. Bro, Hurts handing the ball off. On these RPOs, Hurts just needs to give sometimes he needs to give his guys runs. Like you need to get even if the box is not favorable to the run, get your running backs involved in the
he's
game.
gotta because it's on him too on these RPOs.
Yes.
He's gotta give it up. Like
Run. First down, let's go.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
This is the first time watching with Jeff. He's very animated.
Yeah.
I am. There used to, when I was younger, there used to be a thing called the timeout chair for how loud and upset I would get sometimes.
So you and Chuck's together. Oh my God.
I've had to calm down
reserved
now.
One tonight.
I've had to calm down because of the baby though. So like I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be.
Take the RPO out of the playbook, please. Please.
And then with the RPO, I don't understand what he's looking at.
Yeah, look, we gotta let people hand the ball off. Run the ball. Yeah, Luke says your front four has to be the focal point for pressure.
This is where Sirianni needs to come in and say, listen, just hand it off. But like we said before, we're in a shotgun. Get him under center. Take the guesswork out of it. Just call a run play.
That looked like a bad throw. The second it left his hand, the second it left his hand, it looked like a bad throw. See, Patrick, I agree. You can't run in the Bucs, but there has to be some type of commitment to it to a degree.
Right.
You have to do it. It's so much to get into. Watch Brandon Staley's press conference from 2 weeks ago, and he explains it very well.
See,
now you still have to run the ball. Real
quick, Nasty Nizzle's comment, he's trying to cater the offense to Jalen Hurts like it's the Big Ten. Listen, is Doug Peterson didn't do that. To me, Jalen has looked worse than what Doug Peterson looked like.
Woo!
He threaded that through.
That is a nice catch, too, falling down.
Yeah.
Woo, Quez.
Man, but see, this is one of those things. Quez is a player. Quez wasn't supposed to be this guy. He wasn't supposed to hit his ceiling. You know what I mean? He was a late round, mid round pick. He was always a high upside, low floor kind of guy. A lot to learn, but I'm glad he's starting to come on and figure stuff out. He had so many good. That was tipped. Wow.
Yeah, it was tipped.
He had so many good flashes in college. If you watch some of his games, man, like he will flash ability in college where it's like, damn, this guy, like, he's not only a deep threat, but he has good ball skills, good length, knows how to go up and get it. You just have to learn. There's so many details and nuances to the wide receiver position he had to learn. But he's coming on. He's learning.
There's a personal foul.
On who?
On the Eagles, it's 1st and 25.
Yeah, I don't know who's that.
On Sanders?
Sherman's
was it like a crack block or something?
Sherman's hurt. Yo, these wide receivers have to capital. Sherman's out now too.
And a false start.
They're saying neutral zone. They're saying neutral zone.
Yep.
Encroachment.
Landon Dickerson is crazy.
What did Miles do for the personal foul? If anyone knows what he did, was it just like a shoving match?
He's going to the locker room.
Who, Miles?
Sherman.
No, Sherman.
Oh.
Yeah.
All he did was touch Quez down. First and 20.
People. Yo, that's a PI. Let's go.
That is definitely
clear interference.
Would have been nice if Rager still came down with it.
Right?
He had a
He
chance
almost
on it,
did.
too. I'm glad
Listen,
they're
I wanna see
going
this
vertical,
release on
though.
this
Yo,
replay.
I'm glad they're attacking the corners. You have to. This is a banged-up corner. You have to – like these – if there's a time for our wide receivers to start stepping up, it's now. Like, they have a favorable matchup tonight. Like, expose it. You have to step up. So this is good.
The one thing I like in that is his adjustment already to the ball. We weren't seeing that those first 2 weeks. He wasn't coming back for the ball.
Of course, shotgun on the 5.
Tell him quiet down, quiet. Yo, Eagles fans, shut up. Touchdown. Let's go.
Prove that trade value for Zacher.
Trade value, baby. Trade value up.
That's one leg. That's 2 legs in my parlay right there. 2 legs in my parlay right there. Hurts with a passing touchdown. Hurts with a touchdown.
There you go. What's
Let's
the third
go. Was that an RPO or play action? That looked like RPO.
That was an RPO.
RPO. Here, guys, pop quiz for the listeners. What is the biggest way you can tell it's an RPO and not a play action pass? People that are listening, and put your answer in the comments. Let me know what is the big tell that you can use to differentiate between an RPO and a play action pass. Let us know. Drop it in. Yes. So nerdy sports guys and Hurts got to get timing better with deep shots. He does.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Really,
there
what
it is. Rager Rants. There it is. Yeah,
it's either
Rager Rants.
2 things with Hurts in the deep throw. It's either he just doesn't have the arm to get it there.
Yeah.
3 things. He doesn't have the arm to get it there, or he hasn't figured out the trajectory, or he's just not trusting his receivers and he's trying to be too pretty.
Anticipation too. Like he's late with it. Like
anticipation and just let it rip, bro.
Yeah, like
just let it go.
Way too many times when he wants to see them open first instead of anticipating. Rager Rants, good job answering first. Nasty Nizzle did too. Good job. Those two, good job with the answer. Yes, look at the offensive line. If they are blocking, if they look at the run blocking, then it's an RPO one way. If they are in a pass set, then it is a play action. My husband tells me that's how I know the difference. Oh, that's great. That's so great.
But like we said, right after Tampa Bay scored, I was like, what is the offense going to do? What type of response are we going to have?
And they had a good response, yeah.
Now, what you may see now, though, attacking the defense like that, Todd Bowles says, okay, now I got to do something. The Band-Aid I need to put on this game is in my secondary. What does that do? Now he's going to have to rely heavily on his front 7 to stop the run.
Yep.
So this is where if we get a stop here, or if we can hold them to a field goal and we get the ball back on our second offensive possession, Sirianni mixing some runs now because you can't just keep throwing it deep. I mean, you could, but I really hope you wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not really mad at you if you do, if it works. But if it doesn't work, because if they come down to score again, then Sirianni has to realize that, listen, I can't get into the shootout with these guys at all. Because if I get into a shootout, I don't think I had the horses to be able to do it. You realize everybody on that drive for Tampa Bay the first time, all their key skill position players touched the ball. Evans, Godwin, and the Brown. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
But who did end up the touchdown pass that I'm going to?
OJ. Chris, we said the same thing earlier before the game. If you were listening, yeah, like if you're not going to use them, trade them.
Yep.
There's no point if you're not going to use them to run the ball, then trade them. Like it's just he deserves an opportunity elsewhere, and you're better off just getting assets and using Gainwell and Scott as your 1-2. So I agree. My boy says, yeah, we should be torching their secondary. Yes. that is going to be the key matchup for our offense tonight. Maybe so any part of the whole game is our wide receivers against their DBs or their corners. They have to.
Oh, he pulled a hammy.
Yeah.
Don't go getting ideas.
Yeah, he says Luke says it will be interesting to see if the Bucs blitz with their Band-Aid DBs. That's a good point because if they're blitzing, they're putting their corners at risk.
And also that may force Devin White into more of a coverage instead of attack.
Yep. There's Nelson with a good tackle. Yeah, Regular Rand says, my wife told me that's how I knew. So his wife told the RPOs.
She's very good wife.
Yeah, Robert just love him. He's a home run winner. I love him too, man. And he's not being used. So, I mean, I'd love to see him be a star elsewhere on another team, you know?
Are we going to get where is Grayson? Is he asleep somewhere?
He's in his room. We might see him at some point tonight. They're down and short.
Singleton, like our linebackers look like the size of safeties, bitch.
They're smaller linebackers. Freaking Davion Taylor looks like he could be a freaking strong safety. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. It's not advantageous. Gio Bernard.
Probably a little dump down to Gio somewhere.
Oh, it wasn't. Chris Godwin.
Oh, well.
Close enough.
Rager Rance wants to see Grayson. Why is
Godwin's a free agent next year, I hope. So.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Sign him, please, bitch. I've liked
him. They could
have
traded Miles for Hopkins. Yeah, I know.
And that's Simmons for Kawhi, Simmons for Harden, Simmons for anybody, and then Hopkins for Sanders for Hopkins. We as Philadelphia hold on to these athletes. We value them too high. When the value is high, was that
offer a fan-made thing where it's like, okay, if the Texans got David Johnson, then could we have given Miles, or was that actually reported that the Texans asked for Miles?
They wanted a running back. They wanted Miles.
Was that official though? Like they inquired and they actually asked for Miles.
Yes.
Did they ask for picks in the package too? Was it just Miles straight up?
Or a third
was it Miles straight up for Hopkins?
No, it wasn't Miles straight up.
I think it was like Miles and like a second rounder or something. Someone said, or a third.
Miles in a second rounder. I'd have to think about it. I'd still probably do it, but I'd have to think about it because that's a high draft pick. Well, Miles in a third, I still would have done. Miles in a third, absolutely for Hopkins. What was the trade for David Johnson again?
The actual trade they ended up doing was David Johnson. I think it was like the same deal.
Yeah.
There's Davion Taylor again. Although it's a first down. On call. We had a listener say they want to see Grayson.
Oh, too bad.
God damn.
Come here, baby. Back from Disney World.
Yeah, he's gonna be telling you to take the trash out by the time he's 12. Watch. I know you take the trash out, Dad.
Let's see. It was Ronald Jones.
We could have had a little party.
See, we need turnovers to keep up with Brady. Probably won't get an interception, but Fournette fumbles. Yes, Fournette does fumble. Fournette looks fat. Yes, he's always looked fat.
Hey, he's a bruiser back.
He's a big back. He's always looked fat. Yeah. Ted says that was a fan-made thing, Sanders for Hopkins. Then people started saying it was a report.
I could have sworn I saw McManus.
I don't know.
That.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a report. I'm not saying there wasn't one, but I've never seen a report that the Texans asked for Sanders for Hopkins.
Field goal territory already.
See, NBA Soft says, can somebody tell this defense coordinator to stop playing zone, change it up, play man, not going to work 24/7? Peter already touched on it. Like, the Miami Dolphins last week played man against this offense, and look what happened. You're not going to – at some points, you're not going to, like, completely stop them. We're a zone defense. We also don't have – we have Slay who can play man, but –
you cannot give Tom Brady that much time to throw the football.
Yeah, you got to get pressure.
Listen, the people saying to stop playing zone and play man, he beat the Dolphins 45-17.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah,
45.
The Dolphins played man, and they look at their corners. Look at the Dolphins' corners play man, and you tell me if we'd have more success playing man.
Brady may have 6 touchdowns tonight, Bill.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna have to hope Hurts has 7.
He's gonna score on every drive.
Well, now what's going to be forced is Gannon is going to have to be forced to bring pressure. But see, the thing is, when we beat them in the Super Bowl, we were getting pressure with our 4. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
The linebackers were better, though. Our corners arguably may be better now, but the safeties probably aren't because we had Malcolm.
Yeah.
But the linebackers on that year in the Super Bowl year was definitely better. But we were getting pressure with our 4. That's what we were doing. This 4 right now, and our 4 defensive linemen, they're just not getting pressure. He has, like Jeff said, he has all day to throw back there.
Yeah.
Ted, we're saying the Dolphins are trash on offense, yes, but their defense with Brian Flores,
yeah,
they're like that. I mean, they can cover. But now they were getting the ball back pretty quick because they're, like I said, once again, Miami's offense is suspect. You know what I mean? But with that being said, that's just to say, like, you can't guard. That was zone right there. Man would have been worse, in my opinion, because they couldn't get to Brady. Brady actually kind of somewhat, in his world, kind of rolled out to his right. And these Brown still got open. You know what I mean? You seen Antonio Brown's footwork. Like, as somebody try to stay in front of that for 5 to 6 seconds, it's not going to happen. It's not. Yep. It's not going to happen.
Stephen White says zone looks worse than man right now. You don't know how bad man would look, is what I'm saying. Like, right now, I get the defense hasn't been able to stop them.
Right.
But, like, just because it looks bad doesn't mean the other option. The grass isn't always greener. All right? Like, sometimes you don't have the answers right away. Now, does that mean they should play zone 100% of the snaps? Absolutely not. Like, you have to mix in some man in there. Absolutely. 1,000%. There has to be some man mixed in. You can't play one type of defensive scheme 100% of the time. You can't. Nope. You can't. But, people get so mad when a defense can't stop an offense and say, oh, let's switch it up. Like, it's not that easy all the time. Like, there is no perfect defense that is like, okay, just play this defense. It's going to be great all the time. It doesn't work. Every defense has.
We're talking about, Chuck. They still need to make plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your front 4, your defensive line has to make a play. Somebody has to beat their man.
Exactly.
And that has to happen in the first 2 drives.
Yeah. Just like sometimes it's not the player's fault, it's the scheme, or like sometimes all the credit shouldn't go to the player. The credit goes to the scheme. It's the same thing. Like, sometimes the scheme isn't the problem. Sometimes it's the player's not executing. It works both ways. But right now, like, we just don't have people getting pressure, or our front 4 is not getting pressure. I honestly would love to see a shootout, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a shootout. Because I'd love to see our offense click. I want to see I am more worried about our offense than our defense. I want to see our offense play.
Who do we got after this week?
Raiders
The Raiders
So they
on the
got
road.
10 days to face the
in
Raiders.
Las Vegas. Who wants to go to Las Vegas?
It's expensive.
No,
Shit, that's the game to go to, but
Yeah, that stadium looks dope.
No.
It's not that far of a drive from Texas.
See, NBA Soft says send the blitz, get Brady on his heels. Brady beats blitzes. You don't think Brady's smart enough? Like Brady beats a blitz. He knows it's coming. So I get it. Like I'm not saying I'm opposed to blitzing,
right.
but it's not as simple as that. Brady is
When they said Tiger Woods couldn't drive it in the wind and over in Great Britain, that bitch invented a 2-iron stinger that flew 260 yards. So the great ones find a way to beat their adversaries. I'm just saying. This game that to me, honestly, in this season, this game, yes, it's meaningful. We won the most meaningful game against Tom Brady. When we needed to win it and it meant the most, we won.
Yeah.
Let's take that as Eagles fans.
NBA Soft says zone, that's 10 to 15 yards every play. So
yeah.
This is what I've learned about zone defense. Again, this is not me making it up. I've heard this from coaches and analysts who break down the why people play a lot of zone right now. With zone, you want to keep especially with cover 4 and quarters and cover 2, anything that's playing with 2 high safeties. The idea is to keep everything in front of you and make the offense matriculate down the field, limit the explosive plays. And by keeping everything short or to a minimal gain each time, you're hoping that you can make a nice tackle on a minimal gain, or you have the offense making mistakes where they get behind the chains, they make a mistake, and then you're able to get off the field. That's the point, because what is one of the most important stats in today's game? It's explosive plays, right? It's turnovers and explosive plays. So what do defenses right now in this league they try to prevent is the explosive play. So what right now the trend is to play cover 2, quarters coverage, all that kind of stuff to limit the explosive plays over the top. And that means they're going to usually leave stuff in the short to intermediate. So I get it, and I understand people's frustration.
Right, because you have to watch it. It looks bad.
Yeah.
We kind of got a fantasy question here. Johnny Fan asked, half PPR league, Zeke and Jamar or Kamara and Keenan? Listen, well, buddy, don't play Kamara because he's on bye this week. So I'm just going to I like Zeke and Jamar, man. They've both been rolling right now. So 3 weeks ago, we were talking about Zeke done. Is Dallas off of Zeke? And then, he's had like 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. So,
yeah,
2 100-yard rushing games. And Jamar is just – I'm not ready to sit here and say that – well, we all knew that Chase was slightly better, had a higher – maybe not as high of a – probably same ceiling, but his floor was higher than Devontae just because of the size. And you're seeing it. Now, he definitely has a way better quarterback, quote-unquote, Jalen Hurts, obviously, with throwing the football. You know what I mean? And there's more weapons. It's more of a complete offense. So, but, yeah, Jamar Chase is this fucking Cincinnati.
Luke Mayer says, press man, interrupting his timing is their only option. Tell that to the Dolphins, who just had 40 points put up on them. And they play with press man.
We need to tie this game up and take like 7 minutes off the clock.
Short.
He turned his head like, I'm gonna do like my dad and watch and look at the TV.
What's up, buddy? Did the corner get the hand on that?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, he just went right through his hands.
They are saying that one had to hold Rager's arm a little bit, so but Rager has to make that call.
Steven, you're saying either man or zone, you want to play more press coverage. That's fine. Like if you're saying that you want to play a more aggressive zone, having them press, have them bump a little bit, I'm not opposed to that. That's fine. They are playing a little bit too much for my liking. So I can understand that. I can go with that. But yeah, you also have to be careful of them being over the top, because when you're playing zone and you're playing your press, you're having your corners press, depending on what their assignment is, they have to. Depending on what their assignment is, there's also match responsibility. So when you have in your zones, if you're playing match for certain defenses, they have to see the routes that are developing, and depending on the routes that the offense runs, they have to pick up a certain man. So zone defense in today's game isn't like what it was, where you pick an area of the field and that's where you're guarding. A lot of zone defense now is depending on the route you're matching. Okay, I'm sorry for explaining.
He even knows this is over.
But depending on the route that the wide receivers are running, right, you have match principles in that zone. So whomever goes in your direction, that's who you're playing man against. And that's, if you look at it, it'll look like zone, but then you'll see defensive players following and covering players like it's man, because people use match principles all the time now. So when you try to now bump that, when you try to have corners that are press, you're not able to get into your match principles as easily. So that becomes harder for the corners.
Yeah. I mean, and also I just think it comes down to we don't have the safeties to be able to, like, Gannon's probably not confident. Okay, well, when we get to this certain point, we get 15 yards in, Nelson, you're passing off and you're going to take the front man, and then I need one of the safeties to come over and take that deep. You know what I mean? Just that transition, that handoff. Think of it as a relay race. Like, we just don't have the skill set of the players to have that kind of relay race that you need with zone coverage.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Anthony Harris is back.
Okay, good. Don says, Grayson, it's okay. You're not watching the Lions play.
Not wrong.
My man crying in week 5. Crying week 5.
Week 6.
Like, we deserved it. It was so hard fought. We thought we had to win. Shit, player. Like, come on, bro. You knew what it was.
Paul Schrager. Sorry if I butchered your last name. Completely apologize. But you can't press against this offense. We don't have the talent and confidence in your safeties to pick up these guys beyond 15 yards. That's the downside. And that's why, like I said, you can press sometimes. There are instances. So look, right now, Slay is pressing against, it looks like, Mike Evans at the bottom. So there are plays where you can use press coverage, but you can't press all the time because of what Paul just said. Paul just is completely correct, because when you press too much, now you're leaving over the top. You don't have the safeties to make up for it. Grayson almost ran off the bed. God.
He almost ran off the bed.
He almost crawled right off the bed. John Acosta, I saw that too. Hurts had Miles in the flat, and he chose to go to regular.
How many times have we seen that this year, where you look at a play on a replay and he's just picking the wrong person to go to? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice.
They're
whose
going
tackle
for
is that?
That was
McLeod.
Yeah.
Very good tackle.
They're going for that. They're going to take the air out of the stadium.
Yeah, they're going to try to go for it. But regardless of whether they made this conversion, do you see what I mean by the philosophy? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The philosophy for zone is you're trying to force and make the offense be perfect when they're matriculating down the field. What do they call timeout? Oh, they're punting.
They're putting the punting on.
But
did you think he was actually? I mean, that's a win for us. 3 and out.
Because of that one play by Maddox to make it a negative play. That's what you're hoping for when you play zone. Is you want to get just one negative play, one mistake by the offense, and now they're behind the chains. Now they have to make a big play, and making those bigger plays and 3rd and long, 4th and long, they're harder to do against that zone defense.
Right.
The cover 2, the quarters, that's what you're going to have to try to do. You have to get the offense to make a mistake. But you're not going to be the one to give up the big play. That's the philosophy of the cover 2 or the quarters defenses.
If they get the punt, when they get the punt here, now that's the first half. Your defense did its job. Now the offense needs to come back out, put some type of points on the board, and preferably some time off the clock.
Already improvement. Better than the Chiefs game already.
Yeah, they got on the punt.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, if you give me Bruce Arians in Kansas City and Andy Reid's offensive mind, it's just night and day. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's night and day.
Yeah.
Your son is back there terrorizing everything.
Oh, yeah. As always.
Everything.
Luke says, why wouldn't you punt and make Hurts go the length? Absolutely. They're saying, okay, Hurts, show us you can move the offense. So we'll see. But at the same time, that makes me happy that they punted because I think that they could have gotten it on 4th and 2. They absolutely could have gotten it on 4th and 2. So that does make me happy. I'm VD Pate says or VDP 8, I guess. I'm surprised there was no roughing or penalties on defense yet. I was waiting for that offsides. Wolf of Odin says this is Howie Roseman. We are not running the ball because of that snake. Because of Roseman and Laurie. I honestly believe so. So I wish you guys could see this. So the droid that we made in Star Wars,
scared of
the
it?
AV droid.
Went to Star Wars land.
So at Galaxy's
He's
Edge, Mary made a BB droid, and ever since we got home, when Mary brings it out, Grayson is terrified of it.
Aww.
He's terrified of it like it's a monster. Oh, God. Did I say Laurie? Sorry. I meant Laurie. Jeffrey Laurie.
Doesn't get better.
He's so scared of it.
Yeah, he ain't having it.
He's not having it.
We have Wolf of Odin, parentheses, Philly Wolf 90 says Miles Sanders demanded trade. Go to the Ravens or you'll be successful. Yeah, if they want to send back a linebacker, any one of their linebackers, would be.
I'll take a linebacker.
From Baltimore? Yes, sir. He like, Mom, stop playing these games. You know I don't like this.
Mom, I don't like my droid.
Look at this set. A little different.
What, pony set? Oh, both linebackers. They got pony package.
Yep.
Pony package. Woo! Yes. Look at
This side of the
Miles make
field
people
too.
miss.
That's not bad.
How many running backs, if they were contested like that behind the line of scrimmage, would be tackled for a loss? A lot. It takes the really, really good ones to force missed tackles like that. Like that defender is right on him, and he spins away from that. That's a very good play. It's underrated. There's a lot of running backs would have been tackled for a loss. I guarantee you.
Now he like I'm gonna make mom.
Get rid of it.
You want bring out that droid?
My God. Third down. Jeez. I want to see what he's seeing downfield. Like, is he not seeing the field? Like, third and 5.
See, that's sometimes where what hurts the maturation will come to where you hit on one because you caught them off guard and you think you can just take. This isn't college. They're not going to beat them every time deep. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You can't always get that. Based on just reaction, we didn't get the first down.
Nope. Inaccurate pass.
To Earth.
He's got to connect on that pass. That's got to be a more accurate pass. Like, you have the pocket, your feet are set. Ertz has a window. He has a throwing window. You have to look like you have the pocket. That's just
that's just a misthrow.
Got to be more accurate. You've got to be more accurate than that.
And punt just to finish that drive. Whoop the freaking do.
So Arians and Bowles, they made the right call about punting it, making Hurts go to right.
And now they have it back at the 40? They have it back at the 40-yard line.
I would love to see that second down play be a run just to try to get more positive yards.
Yeah.
After getting 4 positive yards on the first down, when you end up 1st and 10 and the only positive yards you get out of that series is on first down, that's
really bad.
That's bad.
So Ray Rand says bad footwork. Explain what was bad.
I think he's talking about Hurts. He's not talking. This we already know Hurts' footwork. He doesn't gather. He doesn't gather his feet well.
I want to see because I'd like to know what he thinks too about the footwork. Like, right. Is his base off? Is he too wide? Is his lead foot bad? I didn't get a good look at it. So let me know what you're seeing because. Yeah, like it could absolutely be his footwork.
Yeah, 37 seconds. You gave the ball
37
right
seconds. No running the ball. Like you didn't run the ball at all. Like there's no time. This is why, even if you're gonna have trouble running the ball and being successful overall, you run the ball to establish. And this is what Brandon Staley was saying in his press conference, and it's 100% true. You run the ball to establish a level of physicality for your team. When you run the ball, your linemen are in attack mode. They're being physical, and you're forcing defenses to be physical back. You're forcing defenses to shed blocks and make tackles.
Right.
And that's part of the, I guess you could say, mind game or part of a strategy when it comes to playing football. That's something that stats and analytics are never going to be able to measure, is that physicality, the mentality of running the ball. And when you choose not to run the ball at all, you lose that. You take that out of your offensive game plan, and it's not helpful. It's not helpful anymore.
So, and this is what I'm afraid of, man. Like we see that there's no quick bridge to a quarterback. And to be honest, I will be the first one to say in October, I don't want to mortgage 3 first-round picks to trade for a QB. I don't want to do it because I think we're further away on defense. You know what I mean? And I really believe by the top end of this draft being such a defensive heavy draft with that type of talent, I don't want to sacrifice that. That's me personally. You know what I mean? So Tom just he sent the message in the A2D group in the WhatsApp chat. Says people think Hurt supporters think he's Lamar. But did you see what Lamar Jackson did on Monday night?
Lamar, I'll say this. Lamar looks better this season so far than he did
his MVP. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely looks better this year. Might as well call Nerdy Sports says might as well call Sanders and Gainwell receivers instead of running backs. Like Gainwell is practically half receiver anyway. He's a hybrid, so we all knew that. But yeah, like you're not using Miles. Like it's pitiful.
It's just fun. This is the point. Like we can sit here and talk about this all up leading up to when the ball gets kicked off. We kind of have a feel how the game is going to go. And then you get in it, and then you see, okay, 7-7, and you just want that momentum to keep rolling. When then it's like a slow ball going downhill, to where it's just like, oh my god, like it's just like 1,000 paper cuts. You know what I'm saying? 6 yards there, 6 yards there. Like they gave up 6 yards on first down. This is going to be another positive play. They got 2 yards on that play. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why can't we do that? Like we didn't lose on Dallas on Monday night by getting chunked. No, they just 5 yards of play, 5 yards of play, 5 yards of play. Next thing you know, touchdown. You know what I mean? It's just, and then we give the ball right back. We're not doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that a pick? Did it hit the ground?
You're gonna scare the poor baby.
Is it clean?
No. Let's see. Let's see. Don't say it, Jeff. Don't say it.
Yeah, like someone else said, NFL Network.
Oh, no, that's a catch. That's a catch. Yeah, control. That's a catch. It stopped moving right here.
Like someone else said, NFL
moving.
Network.
That's in his hands. That is an interception.
What you were saying, Jeff? I couldn't hear you over Chuck's excitement.
That's all good. I'll say for Chuck's, I know you're streaming. Someone else said the NFL Network channel's quicker than Fox. So
I'm on NFL Network. Yeah, I'm on NFL Network.
That's clearly his hands under the ball. And when it moves, he's bringing it in with the backhand.
Rager saying it's incomplete. Is he watching the same replay we saw?
Or is he already ahead?
I don't think he's
let me find out. Watching the stream from the stands
because it went to the commercial.
Antonio Brown appears to be struggling with a foot injury.
That's huge.
Tampa Bay don't be honest. I mean, yeah, you got 17 games on your schedule. Tampa Bay don't give a shit about this game, bro.
No.
Arians don't care if they win or lose this game. Their division is soft as baby doo-doo this year. Soft as baby doo-doo. Oh, Rager says he thinks it's incomplete.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Paul, can you give us the phonetic spelling of your last name so we don't misenunciate it? Please?
Yeah, do you know how to put the phonetic?
Break it down in syllables, sir. Is the H silent? Is it Sauger or Shauger?
I would assume it's Shauger, but as long as the ball can touch the ground, as long as the player has control of it in his hands. Yep. So if you see no movement prior to the ball hitting the ground, then it is complete. Okay, or in this case, an interception.
Shauger with the G. There we go. That's it. When it touches the ground, I think he has it, and he's already bringing it into his body to secure it. Like his hands is still there. I mean, we should get the home field call, but you never know. It's Tom Brady. You never know.
And there has to be enough evidence too. They called it an interception, so
right, it has to be clear.
Yeah, it has to be conclusive. Yeah,
it has to be conclusive.
Paul S sounds easier. True. Paul S does sound easier.
John saying it's a pick.
They're saying on TV that they think it's an incomplete. What's his name that does the refereeing analyst?
Pereira?
Yeah.
Well, he's also been wrong a ton of times.
Ton of time.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not like he picked it off the ground.
It stopped. Yeah, it stops moving once it hit his hands, and I don't see how there's any part of that ball.
He's saying it simultaneously hit the ground as he caught it. So the fact that it hit the ground first or something, he was trying to say that he thinks it's incomplete.
Well, he's a bunch
Arian's
of
face
baloney.
matches his vest.
Whew.
Yeah, it looks
You
like
know,
looks like they probably keep him.
Epps is a decent third safety to have. He's not bad. And I'm talking about like a third safety, like your backup guy who can fill in. He's not bad. I've seen him, I've seen him make some plays. That number 22, though, I want to see that on a corner, not a safety. I feel like 22 is a corner number. If we're talking about corner, we're talking about number, jersey number philosophy.
This is taking way too long.
This is taking way too long. This is when it takes this long, usually it means it's staying.
Well, Brady's still sitting on the bench, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arians is still hollering.
Well, looks like they're calling it an interception. Opposing
There's no definitive evidence showing that it shouldn't be an interception.
The opposing defense are celebrating on the sideline, or our defense are celebrating.
Yeah. And Brady's like, boy, they better not be doing this to me again. I swear to God. By the way, while we're waiting for this damn booth review, we were in Tampa again because after Disney World, we went to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said on the show before already, but yeah, we went around downtown Tampa, and that place is nice. I love Philly, but like Tampa is clean. Tampa is a clean city, has a nice. It's really nice in that.
Why is our defense putting our helmets back on?
I don't know.
Incomplete pass.
Are you serious?
Nope. Shut up, Google.
Wow, that's a bunch of baloney. That's bullcrap. Wow. Are you kidding me? Yo, that is such bullcrap.
Hey, at least it was third down. We still get the ball, but not the good field position.
We need the field position. That's the point, though.
I agree, but
come on, yo. I'm not even trying to be biased. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be biased. You guys know me. If I see something that's a call that should go against the Eagles, I call it as it is.
My thing is, it was one of those things to where I don't know how it wasn't enough there for me to overturn.
That's what I'm saying. It's not conclusive. What definitive evidence can you show me where that absolutely 1,000% hit the ground? You can't. We've seen every angle. There's no way you can say that 100% hit the ground. That's trash. That's trash. Mike Trout. Isn't he from was it Malika? Or no? Mike Trout.
He literally lives like 5 minutes from my house.
From your house.
Well, he grew up. He grew up in Millville, but yeah, he doesn't live there now. His house just got finished. Yeah, so and that's his brother that's next to him. So
I don't understand. Like,
must be nice to be rich to afford those seats.
He's a very, 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 very rich man.
They went to call. The call went to New York Giants. Tom,
like
the big guy, Tom just hurt
play
his
right
face
there. For one, not a believer in his skill set, but why are we even calling that play, Sirianni?
Yeah, why?
You're on your 15. Why?
Yeah, why? Dude, like, get some breathing room. Run the ball. Like,
Jeff's clapping, so there's something positive that happened.
Yeah.
Big first down to Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Okay,
They are pumping.
I took Zach Ertz with the over for like 60.
They are raising Zach Ertz trade value.
He's the only dude showing up in this out of our wideouts. Now run the ball.
They're not going to run the ball.
Yeah, I know.
No, they're not. He's just, I don't know what it is.
Double stack formation. We haven't seen this double stack formation.
Come on!
Interception, I'm guessing.
Yup.
Yep.
Wow.
Heaved it down the freaking sideline.
San Francisco, Dallas, all over again.
Yep. Another overthrow.
Off his back foot. Look where he was throwing it at.
Yep.
He didn't even play in his feet. He didn't even play in his feet.
And that's like your wide receivers on the outside, right? He's half man with leverage to the outside. You throw the ball inside to his inside shoulder, the DB has full advantage there. Full advantage on that type of throw. That is an inaccurate throw.
And Watkins did everything he could to try to knock it away.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's a bad ball because Watkins has leverage to the outside.
The boundary's your friend in that place. And that, like, he should have threw that the one throw that he had to Devontae, that where Devontae stepped out. That's where that ball needed to be placed.
You need to exactly. You have to know the position that you have. There's Barnett's spin move, where you have your wide receiver's leverage is at. If he's half man toward the boundary, toward the sideline, you got to throw it to only where he can get it. Why are you throwing it toward the middle of the field where the DB can get it? I don't understand. Unless if someone can tell me that Watkins should have had a better release, like maybe he should have. Maybe the release should have been different, but he's running an outward route. He's in a stack formation behind Smith, and he's running in a streak down the sideline. I don't know what else you want him to do. So I don't know. Don asked me a question. Don, does did the Colts run the ball a lot last year? Yes, absolutely. This is why this doesn't make sense. Like why he's not running the ball. I'm guessing Sirianni didn't bring that from Indy.
Schrager says, if you're going to do that, what Rager did, you have to time your jump a little later. He shouldn't even had to jump. He had his man beat.
Yeah,
that's the point. Like I understand you got to make adjustments. But there's just some throws where it's just like, dude, like
and that wasn't Rager. That was Quez, wasn't it?
No, he's talking about when Rager got the PI call.
Oh.
I think Watkins' mind was he's just trying to catch the ball at that point, and he just sees the ball's off. He recognizes the ball's off, but it's so off. And it's a yard to his right where it should have been a yard to his over his left shoulder. First down. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing, right? This is the pivotal point of this game because you got 6 minutes left to go in the quarter. Your team got them to punt 2 times. And your offense couldn't cash in. Your defense is doing what you need them to do now.
Yeah.
Come on!
Taylor. Missed tackle by Taylor, and then Nelson whiffs.
No, Ted, we can't stop anything on this defense. We were given a break on 2 of those drives, and now it's just all going to go to shit.
It's about to be the Fournette show.
Pretty much. Brady's going to drain most of this clock.
But this is where it goes. They get that win, and then Sirianni and the team, I don't know what the focus is during the week of practice, but you shouldn't need to get up to play the world champions. You shouldn't need to get up to play the defending Super Bowl champions. You should know what this game is, and the focus should have been just as much, if not more, than last week against Carolina. Not getting that INT call took the air out of him, man, for real.
That's and I'm not trying to blame the refs. Like, regardless, like the Eagles have to execute, but that was a big missed opportunity because the refs, the whomever's reviewing the play screen.
Yo, this team is killing us.
Because what you need to stop screens is speed and discipline. And they don't have, I don't even know if they don't have either one of those on defense right now.
Definitely not on linebacker.
That could have been a block in the back, but okay, Marpet.
No, that would have been ticky tack. I'm fine with the no call. I was looking out for that too, but it wasn't enough. I don't think that was enough to call a block in the back.
Another screen.
TOP 17 minutes 50 seconds to the Eagles 7:57. Well, that's because Sirianni has to find a way to become more efficient on offense with his game plan. Fuck the execution. Just keep it simple. That was a quick yes, Ted. I was about to say that was a quick ass whistle.
Yeah.
Every quarterback drafted in the first round throwing the ball is better than Jalen Hurts.
And that's why Hurts wasn't drafted in the first round. And
Straight
he
up,
wasn't projected to be drafted in the first round.
We're looking and hoping for him to correct everything that's wrong with him throwing the football.
Yep.
What year did Chris Godwin get drafted?
Good question. I don't remember. No, it can't be 18. Was it 18? 17?
Was it 19?
First down. Here, I'm about to look it up.
I want to say 19. And he was a second round pick, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was a second round pick.
He was drafted 2017.
17.
17?
Yeah.
And who was our his second round pick? Third round?
Third round.
Who was our third round pick in 2017?
That would have been 17 was the year we did Barnett, Sidney Jones.
Oh, Russell Douglas.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No. Russell.
Who's not even in the league now.
Yeah, I don't think he's on a team or active at least.
He's not even in the league now.
Oh, God. Well, we're coming down to halftime.
He's with the Packers.
Oh, he is
He's with the Packers?
Yeah.
Is he playing? Like, is he starting or is he, like, on the practice
squad? He's not starting. Well, he may play now because Jair's hurt.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any active stats this year so far.
Okay.
Don beyond. Well, I'm not. See, this is the thing. I'm not losing it. I expected this to happen, but when you see it,
yeah, it's frustrating.
That's the problem because you can see the flaws.
Yep. All right, guys, we're getting close to halftime, guys, and we'll be signing off shortly after we get to halftime. But I want to run down some of our sponsors. Body Check Wellness. Remember, use the promo code A2D. You get 25% off. Don't forget about A2D memberships, guys, on YouTube. $9.99 a month. You get perks with it. the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. Make sure you hit them up, 856-651-8117 if you have any mental health or addiction issues. Philly Drinkers, where you get all of our merch. We have some really cool stuff. We have that classic, the classic Eagles logo with the A2D logo now. It looks pretty cool. If you love that logo. All Campus is giving 20% off everything in their store, including hats, shirts, and Team Cornhole sets to all of their subscribers. And yeah, covered pretty much everything. So 2 minutes left, guys. Let's see if we can. I just want to see the offense get points. Like I said already, I'm more concerned about the offense than I'm about the defense.
Yes. The defense. I'm way more concerned about the offense because it's clearly evident what you don't have on defense.
Yeah.
Clearly evident.
Or net touchdown.
Offense, the biggest question mark on this team, offense or defense, is the quarterback.
It's the quarterback. Yep.
Biggest question mark.
Yeah. And at least on defense, you can see like they are making some like plays. They got a takeaway. You know, they've had a stop on them. Like if you had better horses in the race, like you can see what the defense could be. Offense, like I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know the play calling. What's the identity of this team? I don't know what they do best on offense. Hurts is still way too inconsistent. There's no commitment to run the ball at all. I don't know. The offense, like, it's very difficult to watch.
Yes.
I think the only games that have like been satisfying offensively are what, week 1, and then you can make an argument for the Chiefs game, but they moved the ball down the field, but they failed in the red zone. So I mean, there was even times during that where it's like, what are you doing?
Now, I don't want people to come in here and bash Hurts, but they're keeping it truthful like it is. But usually on Thursdays nights when there's not a football game going on, we have a lot more people on the fam on the other side going at it saying we're too hard on them. I don't see any of that tonight.
Yeah.
At all. Where are you at, people? Where are you at, fam?
Yeah.
Because this whole first half is on him. They should have way more points on the board than 7. Now, it's on him on the opportunities that he has had and the slim opportunities where the plays have been there to be made. He's not making them. But also at the same time, it's on Sirianni as well. This is the third week in a row. You're coming in and your game plan on offense has been absolute shit.
It's crap. There's no.
What are you doing during the week? I bet you when they come out against the Raiders, the game plan looks better because they have 3 extra days to prepare.
Do they have anything in their playbook where the wide receivers are going to run routes in the middle of the field? Like, they don't throw to the wide receivers in the middle of the field.
Nope.
Everything's to the outside. Outside the numbers.
And it's probably so wide open, man. Like you have it, your boy, Shanahan, McVay, Zach Taylor. They give you the same formation. They probably got 5 to 10 plays they can run out of that formation.
Yep. Variance and, disguising, making you guess. Like, what is this? I don't know what they're calling.
Once again, not understand.
What is going on? Like, because I don't know what they're calling. It seems like every single play, Hurts does some kind of weak play action where he fakes a handoff, and then he's looking around for a split second, and then he puts his head down and tries to scramble. Make
Someone
a play.
just freaking block.
Oh, that is on Dillard.
Hey, he made something out of it.
He made something out of it. Yeah, that's on Dillard. That's probably something in the protections he probably missed. Did he not hear the snap? Did he not know the snap?
He didn't even move.
He didn't move. Did he not know the ball was snapped? Yeah, Duke JB, exactly. Everything looks like a scramble. Every single play looks like a damn scramble.
And the thing is now what we're talking about is he's probably now mentally is like, I don't have any time. If it's not there, I gotta go.
Dude, just stay in the pocket.
Well, fellas, this is where they start taking us out to slaughter. You give Tom Brady the ball with 1:34 left, another pick, already down 14. This is what we're getting up to.
Yo, like he is so skittish in the pocket. There was no need to put your head down. Stay still, stay calm.
He wanted to run off so bad on that play.
This is where you need them to. He needs to be reined in. Isn't the quarterback coach his boy from Florida?
Yes.
This is where he needs to be reined in.
He does.
They just need to say they need to keep it simple, max protect, and just give them two routes.
This is the thing. Like, I still want to. I'm not giving up on Hurts. I still have my doubts. I'm not giving up on him. I still want to see what he can or how he can develop. But on Sirianni's end, like, you're really not doing anything to help him.
At all.
At all. You're not doing anything to help him.
At all. Hawk 215 says, what happened to the best defense in NFL we saw last week?
What are you doing to mask his deficiencies and spotlight his strengths? You're not doing anything. Anything.
Like, we need to start, like, and if you look, everything is to the out. It's either a deep play or it's an out. There's no, we run a little short slants, but I haven't even seen any of those tonight.
Nope.
Is Minshew active? I can only
No, he's inactive.
It's Flacco.
That's Kappa. I will say, I want to give credit to another defensive player. Avonte Maddox has had a good year. Can we just say that? Like, it is good that he's back in the slot. He's had a good year. So credit to Avonte, and I've loved Avonte.
And
since he got
Sirianni
drafted.
has to know with all these RPOs, and if you feel like you can't show your true acumen as an offensive play caller, then, bro, you need to go to Lurie and Roseman and say, listen, I can't do it with this dude. Everybody else on the team is sacrificing because of this one dude. Y'all was just here with this shit last year when Carson went his own head, and Carson's struggles was all mental. All mental.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, are we going to one's ego or one success we're going to sacrifice it for the whole team? That's essentially what you're doing there. If Sirianni feels that handcuffed by Hurts being the quarterback. Deontay B says 1-800 call Cam.
My God. I'm good. I'm good.
I'd rather see Minshew for all that.
I'd rather see Minshew.
Run!
Pick!
Go!
Go, Harris, go!
Why are you running that way?
Go, Slay! Nowhere to go.
But I'll take it.
So everyone complaining about the defense. The defense has now had 2 takeaways. Should have been 3. Well, no, has a takeaway. Should have been 2, and have had the Bucs punted. Considering this is the defending Super Bowl champs, 21 points when the time of possession has been severely lopsided. I'd say the defense is doing a fine job today so far in one half.
That's a punt.
Is that like?
Yeah, that's a punt.
That's essentially what Brady did. Brady threw up a punt. He
threw up a punt. Yeah, defense still came. Defense still came away with the ball. Like
Darren Barnett being a damn knucklehead again. What did you do?
What did he do?
No, just the whole shenanigans after the fadeaway to commercial. He's sitting there still pushing Brady.
If Darren Barnett is on this team next year, I swear to God,
he's a goon, bro. He is a goon. Watch if he don't get picked up or whatever else like that, man. Listen, I can definitely find that dude in some headlines. I can see it. Like you still not only you still engaging Brady with the ref there, but then afterwards you give him one last push for what? Be classy, man.
I know. Be smarter.
Jake Frill from Fan Friday will catching tomorrow with reactions to tonight's game, whatever we see in the second half. Eagles ran the ball one time in the first half so far.
That's insane, guys. This is insane. Ran the ball once.
Well, with the running back.
Yeah, I'm not counting all the Jalen Hurts scrambles. I'm not counting that as a run play.
Absolutely.
Ran the ball once.
So Stephen White says this is giving insight because matter of fact, I know Chuck's is happy. We just got the all 22 back. So he says he's seen a lot of all 22 reviews and wide receivers are open. It's obvious his hurt bails on the pocket and can't make the throw.
Thank you.
So this is what I'm saying. So maybe this isn't on Sirianni and this Hurts is just getting off schedule. And when he gets off schedule, he just
it's on both of them. Like I keep saying, it's both of them. They're not helping each other out. For Sirianni, you cannot keep calling these RPOs and leaving it to Jalen Hurts to keep the ball. Like it's his decision. It's like, Hurts, go out there and it's your decision to keep the ball or hand it off. To a quarterback, like you're giving that decision to him. He's obviously shown he cannot make the right decision at a consistent level. And as Sirianni, you can't keep calling plays so many screens like he has been in the past couple of weeks. You have to do something better. But at the same time, yes, there are plays where these wide receivers are getting open. Hurts is bailing the pocket. The same thing he's been doing since last year. Same thing he's been doing all of his college career. After one read, he puts his head down and runs. He's not disciplined enough in the pocket. And then when he tries to throw from the pocket, his ball is inaccurate half the time. It's both of them. That's pass interference too, by the way. That's also a incomplete pass.
And that's not the over.
So before that last play, when we came back from break, they're showing the whole more extended thing with Barnett and Brady, engagement. Listen, if given the chance, if he would have he wanted to crack the shit out of Brady on the block. That's what he wanted to do.
He was hoping they got downfield.
Yes. So he could crack the shit. That's oh my God. Are they reviewing this?
Yep.
Yeah, he dropped it. It hit the ground.
They already overturned.
I mean, it's PI too at the same time. I don't know why
that's what I just said. It's PI and he dropped it. Hurts is a 2-read max QB at this time, so every play needs to be schemed to get someone open quick and back up with the dump off. If it's not there, he can bail. Right now, it's one read, then run. Exactly. Jay Collin taking shots at
Miller out of there.
He's bad, bro.
Well, he's the best we've got right now.
Because the thing is, the guy being because he can't play right tackle. We saw in that Seattle game last year, the year before, he could not play right tackle to save his life.
Yeah, so my lot is going to stay at right. Dillard has played well the past two games, so I know he's struggled this game and he deserves criticism, but I'm willing to still give him time.
I mean, and then at the same time, like we heard it before, I think so. It's a couple of different players on outlets are saying this week when they're making the media rounds, like it's Hurts and in the huddle saying, "Let's go, guys. We keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it." Like that shit only works when you come out with a win. You keep losing games and you keep saying, "Let's keep at it, keep at it, keep at it." Well, at some point, they're gonna be like, "Listen, dog, execute so we're not in this position in the first place."
That only works if you are performing. Not even wins and losses right now. Like take that out of the equation. If you are performing well, that people are going to buy in. But if you are not executing on yourself, no one's going to follow you.
I'm not listening to the audio feed, but we're saying that they said they're booing.
They're booing the crap out of them right now.
And deserves it, bro.
Deserves.
Yep. Joe Flacco, second half. If Brady gets a touchdown here, I think they start Flacco the second half and just call it a day.
Because once again, we talked about this. I think I talked about this somewhere. I may have been on here, where you just, and it kind of goes into the same thing. Like Sirianni has to make a decision. Like, is it me or is it him? Like we just heard Stephen White said all 22 tape. Wide receivers are open. The ball's just not getting there. So it's clearly evident if you had better quarterback play that the team will be performing better and be in more games and have a higher chance to win games. Like, don't keep starting a kid just to start a kid. I understand people say, well, what kind of – it's still early in the season. You're going to be a third of the way through the season, essentially, after tonight. You're going to be 2-4. You know what I mean? And then Dallas is probably going to win this week. Safe to say they're playing in New England. Maybe not. You know what I mean? We'll see.
No way. Unless Belichick comes up with a master game plan against that offense, which he could. All right, so we are at halftime. Give us, people listening in the chat, give us your final thoughts before we head out. Predictions for the second half if you want. Gentlemen, takeaways, predictions, like just any last thoughts or takes that you want to give before we call it a night here.
Jeffrey Lurie, this is on you, fam. This is on you. You got to make a decision. You long term, short term, you got to make a decision. You got to. I mean, you're in this position because of your general manager, and it's cost you. You feel what I'm saying? It's cost you, it's evident. It's costing you every time because I'm pretty sure that they can see motherfuckers is running wide open from the box, and the ball's just not getting there for whatever reason. Coverage looks somewhat good. It is breaking down, but it's breaking down on the outside. That's the one thing we haven't seen tonight. He hasn't been getting pressure up the middle. So he's had a pocket, and I've heard you say a couple times, Chucks, step up in the pocket. Make the throw. And be confident in making the throw.
Stop lowering your eyes and trying to bail out to the outside. Like, step up in the pocket.
Yep.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Miles Sanders had one freaking carry in the first half.
Dude, I literally played the same game parlay with the lowest over of rushing yards for Miles Sanders. It was 29 and a half.
I did too.
29 and a half.
And I said, because I showed you guys my parlay. I had all low totals for Miles and Gainwell. And I said, I'm scared this isn't going to hit. Rushing yards, 29 and a half. That's the line. He has to hit the over on that. He has one carry for 1 yard. I am going to lose the parlay because Miles Sanders has one carry for 1 yard in the first half. This is absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. And this is why it's also on Sirianni, not just Hurts. Hurts has his faults.
Yes.
And I will criticize him for that. But it's also on Sirianni. You have no commitment to run. Like, you have to establish a physical mindset. You have to show that you're not going to back down. I don't care, like, how many times last year against great defenses, great running defenses, did Miles break one loose for a touchdown against elite defenses? I do not care. If you have the line and you have a special running back, it doesn't matter what the defense is doing. They will come up with a play or two. They will find a way. And Miles, right now, he looks whenever he gets the ball, he looks good. He looks so good when he gets the ball, but he's not getting the touches. He's just not getting the touches. It's absolutely atrocious.
Devlin England says a good point. He says F that, because if Hurts was hitting on these wide open passes, though, I wouldn't say we wouldn't care about the run, but it definitely make it a little more, it would make it more palatable because it's an easier pill to swallow.
But yeah, if Hurts was hitting these wide open passes, sure, but he's not. That's a big if. He is not. Like, if this, if that. And I get your point because, like, yeah, the passes are there to be had. But regardless, Devlin, sorry. Regardless of that, you still have to have some commitment to the run.
Yeah.
You still have to, one carry, that's extreme. Like, I'm not saying he should have 10 to 15 carries by halftime. But one carry for 1 yard, even the most pass-happy purists in the game, or like fans or analysts, they have to admit one carry in the first half is absolutely pitiful. That's too much. That's way too much. Way too much. You have to run the ball better than that.
It's frustrating because it's clear. You're clearly seeing what's holding his offense back right now, and it's a transition year. But when we transition from out of Ray Rhodes to Andy Reid, we transition with Doug Peterson, who was bad, to Donovan. Like, you need maybe our thought process and how we thought process to think that Jalen was ready, and we should probably, in honesty, probably should just fucking sign Flacco and just had him be the starter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You really just need somebody to execute the offense right now. That's really what you need, to take what's there. What's there. It's literally like you have a Lamborghini as an offense, especially with this matchup against these corners, and you're driving at a Chevy Cruise pace because everything is an out or everything is a go route to the outside of the hash. You can't even use the middle of the field.
I said, it's funny. Damian says this guy, Pete, I don't know if you saw in the chat, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
If Deuce Staley was head coach, he'd be running the ball.
Deuce ain't laughing his ass off that much. His team's 0-5 right now.
My God. But at least they're running the ball, right? They're using DeAndre Swift. They're using Jamal Williams. Like, and it's not even like a Gainwell over Hurts or a Gainwell over Sanders thing. It's just neither of them are being used. Neither of them. Like, if at least one of them was getting carries and touches, I'd be like, okay, fine. Like, they would like one over the other. But neither of them are getting touches. Neither of them.
Nope. It's frustrating, bro.
It's beyond frustrating. But at least we have that defense making some plays. Anyways, guys, any final thoughts before we sign off? Stuff or anything from around the league if you want to cover it. Anything from outside of Philly, because I know we're a little frustrated talking about Eagles. Is there anything NFL-wise you want to cover?
Real quick, people are probably shaking in their boots if their emails are going to get gone through. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You only speak like that when you're comfortable around other people who think like you.
Yeah.
Remember, Philly wanted him.
That's true.
We give him that position.
POS.
I didn't want him.
POS.
I did not want John Gruden. I did not want John Gruden. But yeah, we will leave it at that. It looks like I'm not going to hit my single game parlay. Yeah,
I need 200 passing yards out of Jalen Hurts in the second half, and I don't even want him to be the starter right now. So
that's great. That's great. Wonderful. Anything else, guys? I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Let's look forward to the draft.
What's up? Look forward to the draft? Oh, yeah, I might start.
Might as well.
Let's see. Quarterbacks are trash. There are some running backs that might come out that could be good, but beyond that, I don't know.
Every player in the top 10 that you should take at value is defense.
All right, build the defense. Give me what's his name from LSU?
Give me Stingley.
Yeah. Give me Stingley.
Give me Stingley. Depending on how bad you are, how bad the Dolphins are, you may mess around and find your way into Kyle Hamilton at the same time. If you can get Stingley and Hamilton, Oh my God, bro! Like
Ooh.
what?
Well,
know what I
right
mean?
now, I think as of right now, I think we have the 5th, 6th, and 10th picks overall.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And then you can get the kid from I think he's Texas Tech, the Melvin Neal, the defensive lineman. You need that. You know what I mean? You may need another tackle, or maybe Mailata can get acclimated to playing right tackle if Lane doesn't come back. You know what I mean? Then not trading Dillard definitely is a better look because of the way he's played so far.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean, there you got that, but out of all that, bro, there's no quarterback.
Yeah, there's not. There are none. The one
I'm
guy,
not taking a flyer on Malik Willis. I'm not taking a flyer on Spencer Rattler. None of that.
Rattler was the one guy that had like physical talent, but he's ass right now. He's not. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. It was a good show in terms of we had good conversations. We got a lot of people chiming on the chat. To the fam that is watching and listening to us, we greatly, greatly appreciate your feedback. It was great on the chat today. Thank you for watching that first half with us. We every single comment and anything, every view, we love it. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate the support. You might get a post-game show tonight from the big guy Tom, Ralph, and Brodo will come on. So stay tuned. If you want to air out your grievances and frustrations, they will be on later on live for say also. Grayson wants to say goodnight to everyone.
Peace out, nephew.
Say goodnight. Say the Eagles suck. Eagles suck. Eagles suck.
If he says it, then it's like a happy and sad moment at the same time.
From myself, all of our sponsors, from my boy Pete, my boy Jeff, gentlemen, it's been fun for another week. We'll be back next Thursday with more live reactions, for more recaps and more previews, as we always do. Thank you. God bless, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game. No matter what, go Birds. Be safe. Good night.
Peace.